Hello everyone and welcome back to Madden 20. Now we're going to start a new series. This is going to be a realistic rebuild of the Miami Dolphins. Now if you've watched other videos on the channel, you know I run a Bengals franchise, and that series was surrounded around Joe Burrow being the first rookie quarterback taken in the draft at number 1 overall. Now coming on Thursday, we're getting an online franchise gameplay with the Chargers with Justin Herbert. Now to complete the trio of quarterbacks that may start in 2020, we're going to have the Dolphins and TUA. I'd do the Packers and Jordan Love, but Love isn't starting for a year or two. Now, we're going to look at this lineup. The Miami draft class is one that's hyped up because of quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. However, I think it's really overrated. They didn't take the top offensive lineman in this draft, and if you look at it, the roster, you'll see the offensive line is horrible, and that was what kept the team down last year. It wasn't necessarily the poor QB play, although Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen aren't two quarterbacks you want to rely on consistently. Unfortunately, with Josh Rosen, he hasn't had the start to a career you'd want. He's probably out of the league now, but this offensive line is not going to do you any favors. Now, the receivers, on the other hand, they're going to be good, and Mike Gesicki is going to be solid for us. But if you see the offensive line, it's just horrible, and we're going to have to deal with that and draft around that and maybe get lucky in the free agency period. Now, before we start, we have to cut 18 players, and we're going to do this realistically. So Blake Ferguson is a long snapper. He's not getting cut. However, AAF legend Logan Woodside, on the other hand, he's going to free up 700,060 cap space. Is not. We have to get rid of him. Josh Rosen. Now, unfortunately, we have the option of cutting. I don't want to keep 3 quarterbacks, so Josh Rosen's going to hit the practice squad. He's not going to start over Tua, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is a veteran, so let's not cut him. Running backs, we have 6. I don't want 6 running backs. I know some people love running backs, but it's a very worthless position, so 4 probably still is too much. But I think DeLance Turner can leave. Now we're deciding practice squad or cut. We're going to decide cut, save us some cap space, and Patrick Laird can hit the practice squad. Fullback we'll keep because why not? We have 10 receivers, so now while receiver is probably a second most important position on offense, we're really deep at it, and the people at the bottom of the depth chart aren't that good. Ricardo Lewis, for example, is 63 overall, 25 years old. Malcolm Perry, the young guy, he's going to hit the practice squad. Isaiah Ford and Gary Jennings we'll have to think about as well. Ricardo Lewis frees up 650,000 cap space. And the other guys, is he age 22? He's young. He can hit the practice squad and learn. Isaiah Ford, 23 and 65 overall. Isaiah Ford will hit the practice squad. We'll wait on Gary Jennings. Michael Roberts here, the third string tight end, will not see the field the way I like to run offense. 3 tight ends since I don't like to run. So he can leave. He'll save us some cap space. Blake Ferguson, if he gets in the game, you can just think Madden 20. It won't be the end of the world. No offensive linemen. We are too deep at every position, and until I have to do so otherwise, we're going to keep it that way. And Pankey is the only exception at 25 years old and 54 overall. No way he's making the team in any situation, so he can just sit on the practice squad. Then moving on to the defensive line, we are very thin at this position. Like, you see 2 deep at right end, 3 deep at left end, and 3 deep at D tackle. It's not good. Outside linebackers, we're going to start with left outside. You can see, again, thin. Trent Harris at 63 overall. We'll see if he can make the field. I spent some time thinking about this, and I decided the practice squad's probably the best decision. He won't be picked up. Linebacking, middle linebackers, we have 6 of them. Now, all 6 won't see the field more than likely. So, James Crawford at 59 overall, and Sam Avian can hit the practice squad and get cut. 3 outside linebacker, 2 deep, we can't do anything. But the corners, we have 7 corners. And we won't need 7 corners at any point unless injury concerns happen, and that would be to sign someone that's probably the same overall. Ken Webster, that coverage isn't good enough. He'll get cut. Ryan Lewis with the higher man coverage at 73. He can hit the practice squad, and he can have a legitimate future. Free safety Adrian Colbert, He's the third safety. He's probably the odd man out here. He can leave, as well as in the strong safety. You can see we have 4 strong safeties. Jamal Wiltz at 23 years old. He's not really that good of a player, so he can leave. Brandon Jones at least has high tackling. This Patriots-style defense puts a massive emphasis on man coverage and tackling. So that's what we're going to have to do. Now we have to cut 2 more players. So looking at the team again, I think we're going to end up keeping all 4 running backs with the receivers. As much as 6 wide receivers is nice, Gary Jennings is going to hit the practice squad. And I think Mac Hollins is going to be the odd man out here. Jakeem Grant at 94 speed will be a good special team player, just like catch-up plays. So we're going to keep him on the squad. Moving on to upgrades. Before we hit the regular season, we have some upgrades. Avian Howard is one of them. At 82 overall, he's one of our best players on the team, which is saying something about how bad this Miami team was a year ago. He'll stay at 82. He'll become a scheme fit. You can see tackling and man coverage and press. Things emphasized in this defense, all improved. Jordan Howard, he's going to be our backup. He's just going to be the power back, get those 1-yard touchdowns. He's at 81 overall. You can see break tackle, stiff arm. Perfect for our squad. Now, Matt Burrito is going to be our starter at elusive back. Now, I know I'm kind of cheesing the simulation because I know elusive backs are a lot better. But he should be the starter over Jordan Howard because, let's face it, elusive backs that can catch, they're just more important in the NFL than the power backs. Raekwon Mcmillan, the linebacker, he's going to get a field general upgrade to 75 overall. You can see man coverage and all that is upgraded, block shedding. He's going to be a good player for us. Matt Hawk, the punter, he's going to get an accurate upgrade. You can see awareness and kick accuracy, which is a rare trait. Getting kick accuracy in an accurate upgrade is pretty rare. Vince Biegel here, he's going to start. He's going to be playing a lot. Run stopper, he'll be the scheme fit. I think will be best for him. Get that hybrid edge off-ball linebacker combo that these defenses like to employ. Mike Gesicki, we're going to go vertical threat, fit his strengths, because I think on offense, at least fitting the players to the strength is going to be more important than the scheme itself, because we can scheme around the offense, the defense, we'll just keep how it should be. Landon Roberts, perfect example of how we want to run a Patriots-style defense, and the Patriots linebacker, man coverage, play rec, strength, tackle. He will be a good player and probably start for a long time. He's at 25 years old. Now, unfortunately, Ryan Fitzpatrick has an upgrade, so he'll leave the 69 overall club with this field general upgrade. Just be 70 overall. You'll be decent if Tua Tagovailoa gets hurt, which he has a history of doing. We'll be fine with Fitzpatrick. Jakeem Grant, however, will be the great player that replaces Ryan Fitzpatrick in the 69 overall club. Like I said with Mike Gesicki, instead of going with scheme fit, we're going to go with his strengths, deep threat. Go for a speed upgrade if we're lucky, which we're not. He gets release. Good by us. Eric Flowers, one of the free agent pickups. I think we're going to try to refine his game before trying to improve his strengths, so he's not a complete liability in one regard and fit the scheme in the offensive line. Jesse Davis is this backup, but we still need a formidable tackle backup in case someone goes down, which offensive line injuries can really derail a season if you don't have proper depth. Julian Davenport, which is from the Texans trade, is the second to last player to get an upgrade. He's going to get agile. It'll boost his overall. Again, we're trying to refine these backups so they're not complete liabilities. And finally, Danny Isadora. We're just going to go power. He's bad. He won't see the field unless things get that bad. And that's going to be it for upgrades. Well, now looking at this team, it's clear to me that we're going to need something in free agency. Maybe we can get an offensive lineman, because that's our worst spot. And at this point, a street guy is probably going to be an upgrade, or at least match the production of our current squad. So looking at the lineman in free agency, Left tackle's on an upgrade. Left guard is technically an upgrade, but I want to pay for a 1 overall boost. And I got the center. That will be a viable upgrade, a 4 overall boost with Ryan Khalil. Pass protector, 69 overall. You can see he struggles against the run, but in the end, I think passing is just going to be more important to us with TUA and these weapons. So I think $2.5 million for Ryan Khalil is a good move for this team. If he's still on the open market, why not take him? Now, if we're going to have to cut a player, Keaton Sutherland won't see the field anymore. We don't need to be 3 deep at center. We have his backup. We're good. Now we're going to set our depth chart. And obviously at quarterback, we're going with TUA or Fitzpatrick. Realistically, in real life, if I was running this team, I'd run with Ryan Fitzpatrick. But we're going to be in more of a win-now mode. And injuries won't be that much of an issue. So we're starting TUA. As you saw, Matt Burrito will start over Jordan Howard. He's just going to be better. Now, instead of Allen Hurns, Preston Williams has hidden development, so we're going to want to start him. Mike Gesicki is going to be our starter. Smythe will be a backup. Now, offensive line will be set with Austin Jackson. And all the guys will be set. We all know what they are. Defensively, I think we're good. I think that what the Madden has decided is our starters are going to be our starters, and that will be that. Is your linebackers Vince Biegel, Curtis Weaver, we might want to work into the starting role in the future. We might want to put him on the focus players list. Cornerback, Nick Needham kind of showed out last year, but I think we're going to have to start Noah Igbinoghene. I'm sorry. The first round pick last year out of Auburn. He was the 3rd rookie taken. He has higher man coverage, which, again, as I've mentioned before, man coverage is emphasized. Safety room is going to be the same. And then we'll get on to the specific changes. Like kick returner, we're going to have Jakeem Grant back deep to return kicks and punts. Because I think it's just going to be a smarter move. Albert Wilson, or not Albert Wilson, Allen Hurns, we're going to put probably number 2 just so he sees the field at least. Because they don't want to keep him completely off. It'll be good enough on these kick returns. Punt returns, we'll just keep Jakeem Grant. There won't be an option for Allen Hurns on punts. Matt Hawk with 96 kick power will be the kickoff specialist. Now, we kept Blake Ferguson, so the least thing we can do is start him on long snapper. Third down back with Matt Burrito is fine. Myles Gaskin will be the backup there. He's more of a receiving back role than Kalen Ballage and power halfback. Jordan Howard and Kalen Ballage. So keeping 4 running backs on the roster is just going to be good. Now, slot wide receiver, they say Albert Wilson. Now, Allen Hurns is the number 2, so I'm going to change that to Preston Williams. So just in case Wilson gets tired, we'll have Preston Williams in instead. Now, I know how Sim just decides to let slot wide receivers go off, and admittedly, for this first episode, I forgot that, so Preston Williams won't get the production. So we're just going to have to deal with it, maybe change that in the future. Sub linebacker and slot corner are good. Well, slot corner, we're going to change to Noah Igbinoghene over Nick Needham. Here's the practice squad. You saw them before. This is all good. Now we're going to set team captains for our squad. Now we're going to go with the whole narrative that TUA was obviously stepping into his leadership role through the preseason. He was getting his team fired up. Since captains are a team voted on thing, at least in some clubs, we're going to say that the players voted TUA to be captain number 1. Devontae Parker, as veteran receiver, will be the captain of skilled position players. Ryan Khalil, again with narratives going around, creating our own serial line, as the 34-year-old veteran, will be our offensive line captain. Moving on to the defense for the front 7, Jerome Baker is already a captain, so we'll keep him there. And finally, for the secondary, Bobby McCain was already named captain, so we're going to keep him that way. And that's going to be our 5 team captains heading into the 2019/20 season. Now, on this episode, we're going to go through the first 4 weeks of the season: Ravens, Pats, Cowboys, and Chargers. We're going to sim the first week and then play the Pats, and Cowboys and Chargers are going to sim. Now, before we get into this simulation, I have to tell you the rules. We get a minimum of 8 opportunities to play and affect the outcome of games. For all divisional outcomes, that's 6 of the 8 games. We'll have 3 play-the-moment opportunities along with a full drive. Now, if the game's close, we'll get to play within 2 minutes. The other 2 opportunities are a full offensive game of my choosing and a full fourth quarter playage of my choosing. Now, if we get breakouts, and it's going to be when we get breakouts, I get 15 snaps to get their breakout scenario going, which will make it harder when we get to Superstar and Superstar X Factor, but for starting out, it'll be doable enough. Now, let's start by setting our season goal, and I'm going to try to be at least aggressive. We're going to be trying to win games. We're not taking anymore. We can get 7 wins, especially with this cupcake schedule that 2019 offered. Now, training we won't do. Now, fortunately, the Pats have signed Josh Rosen, so we have to worry about a revenge game next week, which is going to be regrettable immediately, but it's going to be fine. And we're going to move on to week 2 and see how the Dolphins game went, the Ravens game went. And it didn't go well. We got our first loss of the season. Baltimore beat us 20-14. We did outgain them offensively, which I think is a win, at least with how bad our team is. TUA had a decent game manager-esque performance, 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6.3 yards per attempt, though. Not bad for a rookie's first start. I think we can work with that and get it pretty good. Lamar, as you can see, 179 yards and a touchdown, what you could probably expect from him. Matt Burrito had a decent game in his first start as a Dolphin, 62 yards. Jordan Howard even got some involvement. Lamar had a touchdown, which is unfortunate for our team. Probably what cost us in the end. Ryan Fitzpatrick even got 2 yards on the ground. Marquise Brown was a problem, but so was Devontae Parker for the Ravens. So I think it was a good start. Matt Gesicki got one of our touchdowns, and Myles Gaskin got the other. I think it was a good start of the season. Now moving on to defensively, Eric Rowe led us in tackles with 7. With sacks, we got 1 sack. Emmanuel Ogbah and Zach Seiler combined for 1. We didn't get any turnovers this game, unfortunately. Let's hope we can turn that around. I want to get turnovers. Avian Howard and Byron Jones had pass deflections, and a whole bunch of people had tackles for loss. Okay, we have a breakout player for this Patriots game, and it's Matt Burrito. It's not the player I expected to break out. I mean, after his performance against the Ravens, I didn't think it would be breakout worthy, but 100 yards and 2 touchdowns will be completely doable. Now, upgrades, we have Devontae Parker getting his first upgrade of the season, making him a 70 overall scheme fit. That's a really good upgrade. He even got strength and acceleration. Those physical attributes I really enjoy. Allen Hurns, despite not seeing the field, technically should not be seeing the field, gets an upgrade to 71 overall. Again, that release is really improved, which you'll like to see. Now we're going to go on. Before we play, here's the sliders. It's the same sliders that I got on the Bengals franchise. You can probably find them on the first episode, or first game of the season with that. I think, it's been working well for me, so we'll see how this game goes. We're going to play the moments. We get 3 moments, and the 15 plays and a full offensive drive and 2-minute warning. The divisional opponents are just the most important games of the season. Typically, when you win these games, you win the division. And that's why in this series, we are playing all 6 with the Play the Moments games. We're going to look at a turnaround. We have Josh Rosen to worry about, which is, unfortunately, the most Patriots thing ever to happen, really. Matt Burrito needs 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. So let's get this going. Our first play of the moment has us down 6-0, and it's Matt Burrito with a red zone opportunity inside the 5, taking us to the 2-minute warning. We're on the first and goal. It's TUA giving it to Burrito, who gets pushed into the end zone to give us the lead before half, and Matt Burrito half his required touchdowns. Next moment, it's a 4th down, and it's late in this game. We're down 28-7. It is not that good. And on the 4th down and 5, TUA's rolling out to his right. I'm going to have to get used to not rolling out to the right with a lefty. It's Devontae Parker to the 49. He's injured, but he will return at some point. TUA on the next play. That Patriots linebacker looping around, but it's Matt Burrito. Jukes at the 20, breaks a tackle, which is unlike any Patriots defender I've ever seen. He's out at the 8. We're on the first and goal. It's TUA to the end zone, and Preston Williams drops it. On the next play, it's TUA going to the end zone, and Matt Burrito almost had that jumped for a pick 6. Third and goal, it's TUA to the end zone, and it's Mike Gesicki to cut the Patriots lead down to 14. Good drive by TUA. Next opportunity, we're going to be just taking over this drive. It's a third down opportunity, but we want to get Matt Burrito those opportunities. Over that screen pass goes nowhere, and TUA on the 4th and 4 under heavy pressure gets it down to the 22-yard line with Gesicki. Next play, Biegel motioning, and it is Matt Burrito again, bursting inside the 10 and down to the 8. He's had a good game. He sees 75 yards and a touchdown. But on the first and goal, make it 2 touchdowns as he scores from 8 yards out to cut the Patriots lead down to 7. Now on the ensuing play of the moment, as you see, Stephon Gilmore is in the zone. It's a 3rd and 10, and TUA has to unload it quickly in perfect man-to-man coverage. Matt Burrito, and the Dolphins will have to punt. We get the ball back. Remember, we do get to play within the 2-minute warning. This game's probably over, but we get to stat pad anyway. We'll just have some fun. It's Matt Burrito getting the ball inside Patriots territory. Now, having fun doesn't mean we're going to still not try to win the game. As TUA sets up the throw, he throws it to his strong side, the left side, and it's Albert Wilson who decidedly not gets out of bounds. You can blame that on TUA or on Wilson, but whoever fault it is, whatever. Next play, now this is going to be an interesting play. It's intercepted, which ends the game to J.C. Jackson. The thing is, with how that play went out, I didn't realize it was Burrito. I thought it was just a cool play, and I was like, let's call that. Now, against the Patriots defense, a 67.8 passer rating for TUA. 2 picks, horrible game. Matt Burrito, he got us 2 touchdowns and 83 yards, so he is now a star development. He also ended up getting 107 receiving yards, which is interesting. Devontae Parker kind of went off. He got injured, though. Mike Gesicki had the touchdown. Moving to defense. Going to the Dolphins here. Cal Van Noy led us in tackles. We had 4 sacks on Joe Flacco, which I didn't mention. Joe Flacco was actually the quarterback, not Rosen, apparently. Shaq Lawson had 4 tackles for loss, which impressive game for him. Raekwon Mcmillan and Cal Van Noy 2, and you can see the other ones with 1. And we did get no turnovers this game. Unfortunately, I think our defense is just going to have to step up. Jerome Baker and Byron Jones getting the PDs. We're just going to have to step up with turnovers. You can see our offensive coordinator, we have successfully completed the Delph trait upgrade. Matt Burrito gets 20,000 experience. Moving on to these upgrades, that's good for 3 upgrade points. I'll bring him up to an 83. You'll see, if you want, just pause the video and you'll see his upgrades. Nothing special, just elusive max. Our next upgrade is to Jerome Baker, who's had a pass deflection in that last game. It's been pretty good for us. Of course, stats are bad in this game. It's hard to tell how good players are unless you actually play the games. But he gets a speed upgrade, which is incredible. Jason Sanders, we're going to go accuracy. He gets 1 upgrade point. You think it's awareness? No, it's 2 kick accuracy. And I just went over it because I didn't assume it would be kick accuracy. Nick Needham gets a slot upgrade despite not playing, supposedly. He gets +2 man coverage, +2 tackling. He's fighting for that starting job. Preston Williams gets his first upgrade of the season. You can see 2 release. It's pretty good for him. I think it's decent. Moving on to week 3, we got scouting and extensions. We're not going to worry about extensions in this video. It's going to be pushed to the next episode. We got too many players on this list. As you see, Matt Burrito, the first one on it. Devon Gottschall and Albert Wilson. Some big names that are part of this team already. We're going to have to decide on scouting. This is a really bad standard class. You see Shaq Mayer, the only player even worth drafting, with a 3rd round grade. So we're not going to be able to upgrade at center anytime soon, which is unfortunate for us. Now we'll get on to the game, and we lose again 31-21, the exact same scoreline. That Cowboys offense just went off on our defense, which you hate to see, especially with the young quarterback. It looks like TUA attempted a fourth quarter comeback, but again, unless we have better box scores, we'll never be able to tell. TUA on the game, two touchdowns, one pick, 249 yards, a good passer rating. I think he had a good game on 18 completions too. That's a good just yards per attempt. Now, we couldn't stop Ezekiel Elliott. Run defense is seemingly an issue. Matt Burrito got another touchdown, which is good. I think at least he had a decent game. He kind of dropped off from the Patriots' performance, but whether you want to blame that on me playing the game or whatever is just whatever. Tua had 19 yards, good for him. And defensive stats for us. Well, receiving stats first, I'm sorry. Albert Wilson had 110 yards and a touchdown. You see that slot receiver. Mike Gesicki one shy of 100 and a touchdown. That's about it for our squad. Receiving-wise, Devontae Parker, a really quiet game. Defensively, not kicking. Defensively, Avian Howard led the team in tackles. Not really good. When your corner leads in tackles, especially solo tackles, that hurts defensively. Christian Wilkins had 2 TFLs. You can see Lawson, Seiler, and Akba had 1 each. We got to Dak Prescott 3 times. Kyle Van Noy, Devon Gottschall, pretty good. Byron Jones got a pick, so we finally get a turnover. He returned it for 82 yards. Devontae Parker is frustrated, so we're going to get him more involved in the offense. Because I think he's the number 1 receiver, and him having 2 targets a week ago is just horrendous. And more to blame on the Madden sim engine. Kyle Van Noy is the leader of this team. For some reason, is deciding that we are having a losing streak, and he's trying to call accountability to the defense. Now, I agree completely. Our defensive line is horrid, and it's not stopping the run. Tua has an upgrade. Moving on to upgrades, he goes to a 74 overall with field general, getting the deep and mid accuracy, which are weaknesses, as well as being more aware of the field. Noah Igbenogany, I'm going to never not love saying that name, gets a slot upgrade to 71 overall, where he gets acceleration along with 2-man coverage and a tackle. That's really good for the rookie. He has hidden development, keep in mind, too. Ryan Khalil, our starting center for a year, he gets to a 70 overall, which is huge for the offensive line. He work on his finesse, and it focuses on run blocking, which is his weakness, which is good. We had 3 tackles on this class. It's kind of like the 2020 class where left tackles, there were like 3 starting caliber guys in the first round early on, which is huge for this team. We need one of those tackles. Austin Jackson just more than likely won't be it. Now we're going to move on to the Chargers game, and it was a shootout, to end all shootouts. It ended up in overtime. Can we just say how broken overtime rules are? It should be changed. I'm just going to say that Tua didn't get a chance to respond in overtime, and just say it's fact, and you can't do anything about it. Seriously, though, overtime rules are stupid. The fact that if the Chargers actually did get a opening drive touchdown in overtime, Tua would never been able to respond is just horrible. We did turn the ball over once, and unfortunately, again, we didn't get a turnover. Tua, however, had 3 touchdowns. Tyrod Taylor, on the other hand, had 5, which is insane. He had an elite completion percentage, along with an elite quarterback rating. 142.8 is nothing to sneeze at. That was an insane effort by him. He was more let down by the defense. Matt Burrito bounced back a bit, but he had a fumble that was probably our turnover. Jordan Howard had had production, I guess. Albert Wilson went off. 2 touchdowns, 176 yards. Devontae Parker got his 5+ touches, which pleases him. Preston Williams had 47 yards on 5 catches. You see Matt Burrito getting a little bit involved in the passing game. Defensively, not much happened. Eric Rowe had tackles. We had a couple TFLs. 2 sacks, Christian Williams, Kyle Van Noy, and Devon Gottschall. No turnovers. So again, a poor defensive effort for a defensive-minded coach. To see Devontae Parker is happy with how we went on this week, especially with him getting involved. Kyle Van Noy, on the other hand, is more of a team player and is not happy, and morale is a concern. Now, on the bye week, Ryan Khalil, our veteran captain, is getting us an option to prepare for the next week or take some rest. I'm going to go prepare because our team sucks right now. We're 0-4. They're going to get an experience boost, and honestly, the morale, it sucks already. As you see, going through guards, they have a couple starting guys, but no, we need an offensive lineman bad. Probably any of them starts. Kyle Van Noy getting so pissed off that he gets less morale, gets an upgrade boost at the same time. Emmanuel Agba, we're going to go run support to just help his scheme fit. And improves him as a player overall as well. Black shedding, it's Ackling. Will always take those. Camus Groget Hill gets a field which only will stay a scheme fit. Good job on him. Austin Jackson also getting an upgrade. Our rookie first rounder. He'll just become a scheme fit, I believe, with this agile upgrade. I think it's more important for his development, if we're going to keep him on the team, that we get these scheme fits rather than just improving his strengths. Cordana Tankeskli, I've never heard of him, I'll be honest, gets an upgrade. He's the 69 overall. Nice. Durham Smythe, our backup tight end, gets an upgrade. I guess he sees the field now. He's going to be possession, which is our scheme fit. We only need him to be possession. We don't need him to be that elite match problem. Oof, I can't think of the word right now for that. Michael Dieter, the backup guard, will just make him more refined of a prospect. Pass block finesse and run block finesse. Cool, good enough for me. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for future content. We're going to try for next episode to get through at least the second Bills game. I want to get the series just moving along at a faster pace. I think we need to just get through as many games as possible. I'm going to have fun with this format, and if you do, just tell me what you think needs to change or whatnot in the comments, and I'll be sure to change. As you see, the Bills are 4-0. Division Patriots are 2-2. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Miami Dolphins rebuild.